We're going to talk about somebody who may or may not be doing a good job, and that's The Rock's interest in Danhausen. So, according to
Oh,
Wrestling Observer Newsletter, which, just a reminder, is owned by a lying, manipulative, goofball moron, there are people inside WWE who admire the Danhausen gimmick, and The Rock himself is among them. Goofball reported that there are those in WWE into that gimmick, including Dwayne Johnson, who was a big fan of him when he first started making his name. As both a former WWE champion and a current TKO board member, The Rock's interest adds a major wrinkle to the business and creative conversation surrounding Danhausen. Danhausen's AEW contract status. Well, Fightful Select, who is a way more reputable reporting source than Wrestling Observer Newsletter, recently reported that Danhausen's AEW contract was extended into 2026 due to the time missed with a torn pectoral muscle. This extension was made apparently against his wishes, leaving him stuck in a contract despite being rarely featured on television. What do you mean rarely? It's never. Um, this,
yeah.
this has placed the very nice, very evil star in a state of contractual limbo, with a fan base still eager to see him showcased. So, the business of Danhausen. Danhausen was already a viral sensation in the independent scene before signing with AEW in 2022. His mix of comedy, horror, influence, and quirky personality connected instantly, making him one of the top merchandise sellers in the company. The Rock's admiration uh, sense makes sense from a business perspective. Danhausen has a proven record of moving merchandise and cultivating a loyal fan base, with AEW underutilizing him and WWE's most powerful figures openly appreciating the gimmick. Speculation about the future jump is already heating up. Um, I don't buy this at all. I don't think The Rock knows who Danhausen is.
He does.
You sure?
hmm
When did he comment on that?
There was some kind of video. Didn't didn't he come out with like a drink or something?
I don't know.
And Danhausen was drinking it, and it would like the camera would show Danhausen, and then it would cut away, and he would take a drink, and it would come back to him, and he would look more like The Rock each time that the camera cut away and cut back to him. He'd have a new accessory or the way that his hair was styled, and The Rock ended up seeing that and you know like put him over and that sort of thing. I do remember that happening.
Well, beyond that, I don't know. I just don't buy that he said that. He, I doubt that he has mentioned anything to anybody about. Oh yeah, let's get that guy in here. He
Yeah,
might have back
I mean,
then, but not
if
recently.
Mr. Iguana, works, Danhausen could work.
I'm not saying he's not
He's
going to
better
work.
than Mr. Iguana.
I think that he could work very well in WWE. I'm just saying one of the most popular people on the planet that's constantly busy, that also is drunk 24/7. I feel like would have a very hard time remembering who Danhausen is. I'm sure at one point maybe he did, but he's not mentioned. He's not. Man, Paul, you got to hire this Danhausen guy. That never happened. If it did, it was only at the time back then. Um, but I think that he would work really well in WWE. Um, it's strange that they don't want to use him in AEW. I think it has to do with him being a friend of Punk.
Yep. Well, they gave Burger King the tag team belt though, and he's a friend of Punk. Who knows?
Eh, I,
But
I
same with Darby.
I don't think Burger King ever went on social media talking about it though, did he?
I
Punk,
don't know. I'm
Danhausen
not
did.
sure.
He was on Punk's side throughout that whole thing there. But yeah,
Uh,
it's kind of weird, you know. He let Ricky Starks go, and then he let a couple guys go early, like Penta and Phoenix, even though it didn't seem like he wanted to. But you hold on to this guy. The only people that this guy sticks up to are like underneath talent or like small
yeah.
people. Like if it was like Big Bill, he come on now, man. He would be fearing for his life again.